Tonight, hundreds of people are sitting in San Diego County jails waiting for jury trials that are on hold because of the pandemic. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson. ABC 10 News investigative reporter Jennifer Kastner interviewed DA Summer Stephan over concerns that justice is being delayed.
We started looking into this story after the wife of a man who's locked up in a San Diego jail emailed us begging for help. She wrote that for more than a year he has been waiting for his day in court, but there is no telling when that will be. ABC 10 News is not sharing personal information from this viewer's emails. Her husband fears retaliation. She writes in part, "He was wrongfully accused of a crime. I do not have the money to bail him out. Most of the other men incarcerated with my husband have been told to expect no further steps in their cases until early next year." He's been locked up at George Bailey Detention Center for several months and is one of the many who were scheduled to be tried in front of San Diego County juries until they were halted in March because of the COVID-19 threat.
These criminal defendants have a right to a fair and speedy trial. How do you uphold that Sixth Amendment constitutional right in the middle of a pandemic?
Upholding those constitutional rights is so important to us, but these requests are based on these very unprecedented times.
San Diego County District Attorney Summer Stephan stated that around 2,500 jury trials have been postponed. ABC 10 News filed a public records request for details on all the people who are waiting to be tried by jury. What we got back was a list of thousands of defendants. The majority are out of custody, but the DA confirmed that right now there are roughly 360 felony defendants and 50 misdemeanor defendants sitting in jail for an indefinite period of time until their trials can happen.
Most of the cases have received what we call probable cause hearings, where a neutral party, a judge, has heard the evidence and believes that it is sufficient to continue to hold them.
DA Stephan said most of the felony defendants are being held on very serious violent offenses, and same with those being held on misdemeanors.
Most of those are domestic violence where there is a danger to the victim or multiple DUI offenders.
The number of defendants has dropped dramatically that are normally housed in our detention facilities.
Superior Court presiding Judge Lorna Alksny recently told ABC 10 News that she's been working with the DA's office, the Public Defender's Office, and the Sheriff's Department to lower the jail population of nonviolent cases and release the elderly and others with compromised immune systems. Close to 3,700 inmates are currently housed, a 20% reduction since the start of the health crisis.
What do you say to the defendants, though, who are in custody, who claim their innocence and in the eyes of the law are innocent until they are proven guilty, but they are being held indefinitely?
We give an opportunity for them. The only thing that we cannot have is a jury trial right now.
When you can't even go to a restaurant to eat, the idea of bringing hundreds of people in to sit into a room together is not recommended.
Courtrooms are being retrofitted with protective measures like plexiglass barriers, but jury trials are in limbo until at least mid-September, maybe longer, depending on how COVID numbers trend.
We are all very, very anxious and looking forward to having jury trials. It's the best of our democracy.
Until then, inmates and their loved ones, like the wife we first told you about, are at the mercy of the virus. This waiting game is killing us both. The DA added that once jury trials resume, they will prioritize serious violent felony cases and defendants who are approaching their maximum sentence. Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
If you have a local story of delayed justice during the pandemic, we do want to hear from you. Email us at tips@team10@10news.com. San Diego